Hello, Uggies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today's question comes from Jeff Wittern, KE0KRO. He says, "Hi Dave, I just watched your video on the question about the 80-meter inverted V. I have an AV680. Now the AV680 is an MFJ antenna, Cushcraft, which is an MFJ company. They've put everything in one catalog now, finally. Anyway, the AV680 is 80 through 6 meters, I think, and it only covers a little tiny portion of 80 meters. I have warned people about this for quite a while. When you get a vertical antenna that says it covers 80 meters as well as other bands, it may cover all of 40, but it is only going to cover a small portion of 80. And you can choose which portion, but once you tune the antenna and it's up, there it is. I had the same problem with my HF9V. It only covered about 30 kilohertz of the 80 meter band. And even with the NFED half-wave antenna from myantennas.com that covers 80, it only covers about 100 kilohertz. You choose the portion of the band, okay? And it's really designed for the CW portion. You have to get the 7510 if you want it to cover the the top end of the phone band. Now, he was just wondering how he could change the bandwidth on 80 meters. I'm sorry, the answer is you can't. The antenna is what it is. It has a coil at the top that has a tap that you can choose which part of the 80 meter band that you want. Yeah, that means taking the antenna down and doing that. The problem is if you want to change it, let's say for a CW contest, you would have to take the antenna down to change the tap, but if it's set for 75 meters. Yes. Is there any way to do that from the ground? Or do I just have to accept that my $600 antenna will only work on one part of the band and put up another antenna for 80 meters CW? I'm sorry, but that is the answer, yes. Thanks, Dave. Never miss the Thursday night live stream. Keep up the great work. Now, I have... bark, 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 bark. I think somebody's here. I have an antenna that's made by Step IR. It's called the Big IR. It's an antenna and it does work on 80 meters. And it has a box down at the bottom with a loading coil. And a relay selects taps in there for which part of 80 meters you want to use. And that way it can cover the entire 80 meter band. That's a very expensive solution and it's an expensive antenna. This is the problem, and I did a video recently about how you cannot have a simple wire antenna cover all of 80 meters. Now you could do a large loop and then tune it with a very wide range tuner. It's not going to be very efficient. You're going to lose a fair amount of energy in terms of heat, but you can get some signal out. But yes, you need to put up another antenna. If you're just going to put it up for the CW band, like to do FT8, you could do something like get one of those ham stick antennas from MFJ. They've got a dipole there where you get two ham sticks opposing each other and tune them for the CW part of the band. They'll actually do quite well. They're heavily loaded, so they're fairly narrow in bandwidth. But they'll do pretty well for that sort of thing. At least that's not another $600 solution. So I wish I had better news for you, but those antennas don't tune all of 80 meters. So there you have it. Until next time, 73.